we weren't able to do due to the producer of the show who dropped the ball. We weren't able to do best and worst of the week, but I think the unanimous best and worst of the week has to be Stephen A.
Stephen
Smith
A. Smith.
getting called
On the
out by
same page.
the National Association for Black Journalists. Ken, I got somebody in my Cincinnati group chat that was shooting bail for Stephen A.
AB was
Not
too.
not because he's Stephen A, but because he's a black man, and he always shoot bail for black men. He was basically saying what has Stephen A actually said and done that comes off racist or sexist or like all that stuff, especially against black women. What has he was asking for like real evidence, not these like hearsay clips and pieces, but like actual like blatantly him coming out and saying this.
Jasmine Crockett.
Yes, but he was saying there was what street verbiage, right?
No, he called her. He said she was ghetto, classless.
Oh, okay. That was actual quotes. Okay, with the homie that he was arguing with didn't put those quotes to kind of combat him. But
Jasmine Crockett, Jamel Hill.
But the reason for the pushback was more so like he was like, I hate when like black men get to a certain level and then like you can see like they try to have your community turn on you and like. Because to be honest, bro, like having the National Association of Black Journalists do a piece like do a donkey of the day kind of thing is nuts. I've never seen.
He
I didn't think
deserve
that.
it though. I ain't gonna deserve it. Like I like the argument that your homeboy is making as to when black men get to this certain position, they try to turn the community against them. Stephen A. Smith doing this to himself. Like he can. There's a way that he's perceived by being the loudest black man on ESPN and then speaking against issues that like he almost come off as anti-black. Like in some of the shit that he talk about on his radio show or some of the stances that he take. Like I was comparing it to like when Bill Cosby was talking about, man, it'd be all right if they pull their pants up. Like some of the shit that he say sound like that. Like he this generation version of that, in my opinion. So no, I don't think it don't take much convincing. He going out there and doing that shit on a daily basis by himself.
Jay, what do you think?
I ain't got no words for this nigga, man. Fuck this nigga, bro. Like, it's just like it's because you ran like you ran the Fox News, bro.
Yeah, that's a.
Like I don't know what else to say about this, dog. Like I mean, you ran the Fox News, like that was enough for me to be like, you really don't give a fuck. You playing politics. You playing the game. Right, and y'all know, I mean, I'm on season 2 of Lioness now. So.
hey, that was a conversation we didn't have when we was there, when I was there. Like films, films and shows we haven't reviewed, but Lioness is, bro.
That shit fire. Are you caught up?
I didn't watch the most recent. I watched the first 2 episodes. I haven't seen episode 3.
Dog.
Hey, they coming out the gate crazy.
This episode 3. They cooking, dog.
Hey man, I'm telling you, I told Nick like last week, and I was like, yeah, I started lying. I had watched episode 1. I was like, I ain't really fucking this shit. And then I turned episode 2 on, and what made me stay was that line when she after that fight, she told her daddy, I can't have this conversation with a white man. I was like, oh shit.
and hey Lou, and the funny part was the white man checked her on it too. He was like, I'm your father first before anything. he dipped that in the bud. but Ken, real quick.
Oh,
is it crazy that the National Association that's the thing that I want to focus on? I'm with y'all when it comes to the Stephen A thing. I think he's lost. But to be called out in this way, like it is weird. I never like getting from your history of either following or being aware. Have you ever seen him do this to anybody else? Because they basically saying they speak for black people when they do this.
But they say they do this every year. They think it's the thing they do every year. I ain't never heard of it though.
I ain't never heard of it though, because I feel like it'll be an actual entertaining thing for people to kind of know about what they do.
I think a lot of these, these organizations like the National Association of Black Journalists, the NAACP to a certain degree, they don't speak for all black people, but they speak for a number of black people. They have a good sense of the community and what the community is feeling as a whole. We're not a monolith, so that, it can't be all inclusive, but they got a good pulse on what's happening. And, for Stephen A. Smith to be in the position that he's in, to constantly come across as only attacking black women, was concerning, and I think other people probably was raising those same concerns as well, because it seemed to be a pattern that has developed with him. And most of these things were said within the last year or so, then it's just for his actions over the past year and why he earned the award, not including everything he's done throughout his whole career. It's just that for the last year or so, it's not a good look, and he should understand that. Where he doesn't help himself is when you run to a white organization, you run to quote unquote massa, and you talk about how the black folks have done you wrong. And that's essentially what he did when he went to Hannity. He went inside the house and said, everybody out there in the field is treating me poorly. And I know you guys like some of the things that I do because I'm not one of them, so I'm going to come in here and tell you guys so you guys go get them. And that's what he did. You didn't have to go to Sean Hannity. If you have an issue with what they said, Stephen A., go in a black publication, go to Abby Phillips. Go to Abby Phillips and have that conversation. And that's the black woman, right, with the show?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if they have that sort of show, but maybe you could do a sit down with her or find somebody to have this conversation with. But to go on that show and try to hide behind the fact that you were raised by 5 black women, or because you were in a household with 5 black women, I think if anything, that doesn't buttress your argument against it. I think it actually makes it look worse, because you should, of all people, know better, because you grew up in a house full of black women and you understand the trials, tribulations, and everything that they go through. So come on, bro. You look, accept it, kind of evaluate what and the reasons why, or get on the phone and talk to them and have the conversation about what's going on.
Because of something they said in the chat just now, now I'm thinking about it more. It's probably orchestrated. Like they probably set this up as a rage thing to get Stephen A. more views on the other side. Because as they brought up in the chat, Trump was I forgot Trump was there a couple of years ago. Like Trump was at and people, I remember people giving them backlash about holding that forum and letting Trump get up there and talk about Kamala Harris like that. So if Trump was there a couple of years ago, going to one of y'all point that y'all just said and how out of tune Stephen A. is as a black man, if he really wanted to refute anything from them, that's the only line he would have had to use, and he ain't even got to go on Fox News to do that. He could have got on his show and be like, "Look, bro, y'all criticizing me. Y'all had Trump at y'all spot."
He can't do that because he trying to
He
seem
could
like he's
have.
interest. No,
That's what I'm
not.
saying. He
Can't.
could have if he was interested in defending what they were saying against him. But I feel like the play is, and what he did, because he want to appeal to the other side, is I'm gonna let y'all do that, not mention Trump, because like you right, Jalen, I'm trying to appeal as a centrist, and go to Fox News and get some sympathy over on that side. So I already got the black people who think they being too hard on me at the National Black Journalists Association. And now I'm gonna get sympathy from white people who see me every day on sports TV. That's all he's trying to do, is gain more of a foundational fan base, it looked like to me. Because you would have handled this totally different if you had a real issue with what they said. He got his own show. So
I'm not too mad about. I ain't too mad about the Trump thing because they're journalists. At the end of the day, like I get it. Like, yeah, they maybe shouldn't have done it, but they're journalists at the end of the day. Like, I think that was the one place that they were actually asking him hard questions. That's why he got mad, because they were actually asking him the questions that needed to be asked, compared to like a lot of journalists aren't doing it no more because they want Trump to continue to talk to them or whatever. So yeah, I'm not too mad at it. I also understand why people are upset about it, but I'm not mad at it as a journalist because you want to ask these questions for our community. This award exists. It comes out every year. And basically it says that it's presented to an individual or organization for especially insensitive, racist, or stereotypical reporting, commentary, photographic, or cartooning about the black community or for engaging in practices at odds with the goals of NABJ. It makes sense why they gave it to him.
So
Yeah.
who do they have a list of like the people who got the award before Stephen A?
It's
I don't see
fine. It's
that. I
four
just
other
see him
people on.
Wilson.
It's four other people on the list this year. Like I think the New York Post, the Washington Times, some mixed dude who Mike knew. We
You
read
got
off
that
the
name
list
mixed
on
up,
Is the
but
Mic
Oh,
Still On?
okay, got you.
Yeah, I got the name mixed up, but Mike knew who it was. Well, y'all knew who it was.
Yeah, I just thought it was just again, I'm ignorant to the list, so I was just thinking, I was like, this is crazy. Well, not crazy, but this is just. I feel like there's a better forum to call them out if you're a black journalist or if you're representing the National Association of Black Journalism. I think having like, I would have loved to see Lou. I know this will never happen, but I would have loved to see a combination of a 4-person podcast episode or whatever, kind of like a discussion with Jamel Hill, Kerry Champion, Stephen A. Smith, and Bomani Jones. Like, let them talk this out and let's see how this goes. Like, I think that it would have been a great conversation. But it would never
Yeah.
happen. It would never.
No,
Kerry
it would never happen.
Champion ain't never getting in the same room as Stephen A. Smith.
It would never happen. I don't think Jamel is either.
I think
it's a
Jamel
wrap
would.
for
I
him.
think Jamel would. I think Bomani would too.
Mm,
If it was meant to kind of address like their
Bomani's
everybody's relationship.
so. I feel like Bomani's so like he would be like, nah, I'm cool, because I don't think he like that type of attention. Right? Like I don't think
He
that
comments on it though. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't see
He
how
comment
I
on
don't-
in his way on his show.
Yeah, I don't think he want to be in the mess. I think he a nigga that like
He wanna-
oh, man, y'all
yeah.
See, he like, hey, y'all see them niggas over there? That shit crazy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He don't want to be. He don't want to be in them niggas like all rowdy in the middle of it. Like he's like, man, them niggas over there crazy. Like yeah, but I respect it. Like I respect that. I it's still
I
it's
understand
funny,
the
but
point.
I respect it.
But yeah, I think this a ploy by Stephen A. Now that I'm talking it out.
I mean, he about to run for president.
Yeah, I don't think it's a ploy because he really has been disrespectful, bro. He even the way
No, he
he's
has.
conducted-
But are you saying you don't think that he could have convinced the NABJ to do this?
No.
Nah, I think no.
I
I
do.
think he just and especially with like his show, bro. He does this thing where he kind of like puts both sides to try to make it seem like he's like the moderator and giving people the opportunity. But he allows people to say shit that's like, bro, why you ain't check them on that about us? It's like you
Yeah.
allow them to constantly stereotype us and do certain shit, and you sit there and do it. There was a time I thought he was more for us, like when Skip was there. Like then there were some things he would push back on, but ever since Skip left, I've always been looking at him side eye.
It deteriorated. It definitely.
Well, I think-
it definitely
I think it-
It's
deteriorated.
because
think
he
he-
became bigger than the network. When
Yeah,
he started
exactly.
becoming bigger than the network, it's like
Yeah.
fuck all y'all, bro.
Yeah, I think it's like he at that point in time it was a yin and yang kind of thing. It was especially early First Take when he was just the guest on there, but he was like he became more frequent because they like their chemistry. But I feel like once it was his show, just like once you become a personality and it's all focused on you, I feel like you end up either like I think this the way I can explain it is like Stephen Colbert when he was doing the Colbert Show. I don't know if y'all watched that. Louis, you may have definitely watched it. I know for sure. But he played like a caricature of what a Republican is. That's basically why people love this show. But he would also do it in a way where he was
You can
spitting
tell he
facts.
was making fun of it.
You were making fun of it exactly and spitting facts about what the real truth is. But then he said he had to stop doing that show because he was like, I felt like I was becoming the caricature. Like I feel like I was doing it so much that like I kind of was getting lost in the sauce. And I feel like that's where this is going with Stephen A. It's like you become Mr. ESPN for so long, you think that you can like ESPN is still probably outside of CNN and like outside of these cable news ongoing 24/7 news networks, ESPN is right there as far as like people know that network just by the acronym. There's not a lot of networks you know by the acronym that you trust. You go for news and information. You know, they have MSNBC, you have CNN, you got Fox News, and then you got ESPN. Like those are all big entities where it's like I go to these places for information. Not necessarily accurate information, but for information nonetheless. And I think it's just a household thing. And like once you know that you're in everybody's household 24/7, because somebody can literally have ESPN on their household 24/7, and it would not be different. I think that just makes you feel like you're bigger than anything. And that's even I'm I'm not black. I'm Stephen A. You know.
Go ahead, Kim.
Stephen A. Smith is slick too. He's a slick talker. You got to watch people like that. And what I mean by that is that he's one of those, like, he's going to take issue with the word disparaging, and he's going to use that word as he's going to hide behind that word and say, where in my critique of specific issues that were said was I disparaging? And that's what he's going to do to try to prove his case. And I think that for him, he probably needs to, like, that's why I think it's important to have a conversation with these people to understand that maybe they use the wrong word. Maybe it's not disparaging is the word, and you're probably taking it too literal. But he will tend to do that where he'll criticize somebody and then he'll say that, oh, just, I only said this about you. I said you're acting like this. I'm not calling you that, sort of thing. So that's what he's going to do. He's going to use that word and say, I was not disparaging to them. Michelle Obama just said this one thing that I didn't agree with. Jasmine Crockett said this one thing that I didn't agree with, but I wasn't disparaging to her. I just disagree with that one issue. So, but Stephen A. knows exactly what it is that they're talking about and how they mean it, because again, he grew up in a house full of black women. He knows exactly what the hell they're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know. Even when he was mentioning about all the stuff he's done, I hate when people do that. Like, nigga, you could have done a lot of positive things. That don't mean some things you ain't doing are negative, bro. Like, I don't get why because you did all these things that means that I've never done anything.
Negate the other stuff, right?
It's not. That's not how it works.
That was one of my homie's biggest argument. He was like, bro, he's put on a lot of people. He's done a lot of stuff. Like, why are they disregarding all that in this moment?
Because you should know better if that's the case.
Yeah, and I think that you should be able to hear your people and hear your people and take that critique and really be like, all right, what are they saying about me? And he really just dropped the ball. Something that I really want to take to note, and we talked about FD Signify and Mr. Mike Stone last week. We put out a video with saying, because he was with a couple of famous people or whatever, and he was like, now is the time where the work really begins, because now is the time when people change. When you start getting notified, and he's like, he basically made a video kind of holding himself accountable, which I appreciated, as far as saying, I'm known now. And so this is when people start to, like, when Van Jones was at the end of the video, he shows Van Jones being an activist on college campuses and compared to where Van Jones is now. And he's like, nobody knows how you change over time. You get what I'm saying? Like, Stephen A. at one point, I thought he was down, and over time, he changed. And so it was very, like, much like, I don't know. I appreciate just having somebody being like, yo, it could happen to me, but at least I have to be aware of it, that this is the moment that it could happen. So,
he's warning you it's gonna happen.
He just let him know.
I don't think he will.
He essentially just telling us that
if it does, it won't surprise me, but I don't think it will. I don't think it will, though. I don't think it will.
Hey, Jay, it's like, how you had that conversation with your girl, like, you just be joking around like, man, if I did cheat, it would be with her. You know what I'm saying? And guess what happened, ladies and gentlemen? He did, and it was with her. You joking about the future like you ain't planning for it.
Yeah, he definitely prepping y'all. Like, I tried to tell y'all. I made a video about it.
I essentially said it in the